Hi everyone, I'm Jay.
I'm Sean.
And today we're talking about an old animated movie called All Dogs Go to Heaven. So I had seen this before, but you hadn't?
I had never seen it.
Okay. Well, I remember it from when I was a little girl. And having rewatched it, maybe I did not remember it as well as I thought. Was shocked to learn that Charlie, the dog in question, was a gangster.
Yes, he was.
He was a gangster. We'll say it plainly. He was, into some shady stuff.
Gambling.
And
boozing.
yeah. And he messed with the wrong people, and a mob boss put a hit on him.
Yeah.
So within the first 10 minutes, there is a dog murder. This is a kids movie. Let's just say it wasn't like an avant-garde piece of animation at the time. No, it's for little kids.
Apparently.
So the murder is not super graphic or violent.
I mean, it's pretty violent.
I mean, it's not great.
They pushed a car down a dock and
ran him over
Yeah.
into the
Into
water,
the
where he
water.
also drowned. Anyways, they don't show everything, but you get the gist. And Charlie ascends up to heaven, despite having lived maybe a morally gray life, where a beautiful angel dog greets him at the gates and reassures him that all dogs go to heaven because dogs are naturally good and loyal and kind. Even though she's having trouble finding that kind of stuff in his case history. But anyways, he's there. It's gonna be all grassy meadows and tennis balls for everyone. Except Charlie is mad that this is where he's wound up. He shouldn't be dead, it wasn't his time. And he steals her watch, which somehow makes him be able to go back down to Earth.
Well, it's a symbol of his time being up.
Yes.
So his solution is to rewind this stopped watch,
Right.
which will bring him back to life. And it works.
It works, except for he can never go back to heaven. But he's really dead set on revenge. That's really what he has gone back for. Have I said yet that Charlie is voiced by Burt Reynolds?
No.
Because he is. And his friend Itchy is voiced by Don DeLuise. And very surprised to see his friend back from the dead, as he would be.
Yes.
And they befriend a little orphan girl who, they use for mercenary purposes. They really think she makes for good begging, and they're able to steal a lot of money.
Yeah, but also she can talk to animals.
That's right, she does have that ability.
So they find every animal race, whether
Yes.
it is
They start at a horse
dogs,
track,
horses,
but turns out llamas
turtles,
box,
rats,
all kinds of stuff.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they make a lot of money.
They make a lot of money. Not just to make the money, because he's really always got revenge on the brain. But anyways, thankfully, through friendship, he learns to be a better person, and in the end, he gives his life to save hers. And even though the devil does come to claim him, there is a brief clash between heaven and hell for Charlie's soul, but heaven wins, and Charlie gets to go up to heaven.
Yes, he does.
Happily ever after, the end.
The end.
Although there is a sequel. We're not really
I'm
sure,
not sure how, yes.
what happens in the sequel, and we'll leave that for another video. Now for the hard part. So everyone knows that, you may know that we have 4 dogs actually. The quality of our sound is often affected by sounds of their barking. That's what they do a lot of the time. Usually they're happy to see us barks. But you may remember Gertie, our little gray dog in the pink hoodie, who is often in these videos. Because we have kept her near us this past little while. She has been struggling with her health. And the poor little dear has been in and out of hospitals and vets and just getting every test done under the sun and never quite figuring out what was wrong with her. And last week she had a blood transfusion, and we brought her home with 9 different medications that were administered at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 10 p.m. So our life has revolved around poor Gertie's little medication schedule. Sean has to give her shots 3 times a day.
Yeah.
We were hand feeding her chicken broth through a syringe because she refused to eat. She lost all of her weight. She
Yeah.
was less than half her body weight, and she lost all her fur, which is why she was always in a pink hoodie in the end, because she was so cold. And so we always believed we were nursing her back to health, but it turns out that that was not the case. On Tuesday night, sure, her breathing was labored. So was mine right now, I apologize. It's still raw for us. So we had to bring her to the ER, and she was in a little oxygen tent. But even in there, her breathing was not what it should be.
Yeah.
So we left her there for the night, which was difficult to be away from her. And in the morning, her doctor called to tell us there was nothing more they could do. So she was gone before dinner. We held her in our arms and said goodbye. And it was quick in the end. She wasn't in pain. She wasn't afraid. But it was hard for us.
Very hard.
Because she's been our best girl.
Yep.
Our sweetheart. She is part of our family. And she always had a smile
She did.
and a big heart. And I don't really believe in a heaven for dogs or for humans. And I think if there was a heaven for Gertie, it was here with us.
Yeah.
She had a good life, and I'm glad about that. She had kisses and cuddles and trips to the cottage where she could run around like a little wild beast and come home when she smelled barbecue. We always said she had wiener fever because there was nothing that made her happier than a spare hot dog. She has 3 dog brothers who miss her and 2 humans who miss her.
Yeah.
The house feels empty without her.
It does.
My heart feels empty without her. So as much as we mourn her and we miss her, we are so glad to have known her and to share a little bit of her life. She made ours better.
And she did.
You know I am a dog lover. If you have dogs in your videos, I have definitely commented on it. And we know how many of you cherish and love your own pets because you always mention her in your comments.
Yeah.
She was a cutie, even as a skinny little scrap with patches of hair gone from all the blood draws and the biopsies and the ultrasounds. She still had beautiful big brown eyes.
Yeah. And she was still watching us and interested in what we were doing and
Happy when Sean came home from work.
yeah, wanting to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. So hug your fur babies close. Maybe give them an extra treat for Gertie, because if there was one thing Gertie liked better than a treat, it was 2. So thank you for letting us share this. It's hard right now, but I'm glad that her pain is done and her suffering is done.
Yeah.
Sorry. Being a dog lover and a dog owner, this is part of it. But she gave us so much love. I just hope she knows how much we had back for her.
Yeah. I know she does.